Hi, my name is Elizabeth Rago. I'm just going to take the next few minutes to highlight a few ideas for how to incorporate technology into an art and French high school classroom. I'm going to begin this presentation with 3 forms of technology that can be used at any point in the French curriculum. Video conferencing, and Skype in particular, is an extremely powerful tool for the French or really any language classroom. The goal of learning a foreign language is to be able to speak with native speakers. However, after taking years to learn a new language, it often takes months and years after that to work through the awkward period that comes with speaking to actual native speakers. Can you imagine if this period was eliminated and if students were given the opportunity throughout their language learning journey to speak with native speakers? This is possible with video conferencing. Education World says the power of video conferencing is that students are able to question and dialogue with people and resources that would otherwise be unavailable due to distance and time. Video conferencing can be used throughout any language curriculum, from beginning to advanced classes. Teachers can form relationships with teachers from other countries, and specific days can be arranged for students to conduct language exchanges with foreign students. For example, American students could ask French students questions pertaining to their curriculum in English, while French students would ask American students questions pertaining to theirs in French. This would eliminate this strenuous period of understanding native speakers, instead making it the highlight of the curriculum. Another way to integrate technology in the classroom is through the use of video games. An example of a video game that would be useful in a French classroom is Evoland. Evoland is an RPG game in which players are given tasks in the form of simple commands that enable them to proceed to the next level. As players progress through levels, the game becomes more realistic. Of course, the entire game can be played in French. Sheehy suggests the immersive and complex nature of today's gaming world allows teachers to guide students through a variety of lessons using video and online games. Evoland is another tool that can be used at any level of French. For beginning students, I would use Evoland during a reward day following a test. A lesson could be given on cognates and how to interpret French sentences when there are words within them that you haven't learned yet. For more advanced students, Evoland can be used, for example, in a lesson about commands. If using traditional video games like Evoland is too much of a stretch for you, language games are a great way to dip your toes in the water and see how your students respond to gaming as a part of the curriculum. Duolingo is a game in which students advance levels when they pass fun interactive quizzes. More advanced students have the option of testing out of groups of classes to move on to more appropriate material for them. Sheehy writes, the trick to using games in the classroom is not forcing a lesson into the game, but drawing from the natural lessons the game offers. I think a lot of educators don't use video games in their curriculum because they fail to see how they can relate to what they're teaching. The beauty of a game like Duolingo is that it covers several subjects that are required by the California Common Core, and it's actually really fun to play. In fact, even as a fluent French speaker, I sometimes play Duolingo to review the noun genders in my spare time. Duolingo can be used to introduce new vocabulary or new sentence structures at the beginning of class. It can also be used to differentiate homework. I've even seen it used in the form of extra credit. For example, if students reach level 50, they can earn a couple of extra credit points on a test. Perhaps the best way to use Duolingo is as a form of flipping the classroom. Students can be asked to pass a level as homework. They would then come to class having already learned new vocabulary at their own pace and would come ready to use what they had learned. Technology can be integrated into any subject matter. Besides French, it can also be used to enhance an art classroom. So often what is talked about in an art classroom is out of context. California Common Core requires educators to teach students about museums, yet students often learn about them while sitting in a classroom. Situated cognition is the idea that students should learn to apply their knowledge in a setting that is applicable. Immersive tours or virtual reality can help art teachers and other educators virtually teleport their students into applicable settings. Several museums provide immersive tours of their facilities. Students can explore these museums in groups and answer questions about the settings and the paintings that they see. Students can experience museums all over the world, from Les Figueres, Spain, to Paris, France, all from the comfort of your own classroom. Social networking has become a powerful tool in the 21st century. One teacher writes, "If I asked the same questions and asked the students to record their answers on paper, most would grumble and moan and see that task is simply a school assignment. But when I put those same questions in the form of a blog, they're not only motivated to learn the information, but they are motivated to write." Maybe the most important lesson an art student or any student can learn is how to communicate about their work. Blogging gives students a platform and incentive to hone their abilities to do this. Blogging can be integrated into lessons about museums or really any lesson. For Bell Work, students can critique each other's blog entries, helping one another to solidify their communication skills. All that to say, the ways in which technology can be integrated into the classroom are limited only by our imagination. I hope you all enjoyed this presentation. Thank you so much for listening.